Hey, it's Gina at Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. I'm here with the Summer of Love Tarot and Astrology reading for you. You can use this reading at any time, but it specifically was filmed because the sun just moved into the sign of Leo. So I've got like one full big month of summer left here in New England. And Leo rules the heart, right? Leo is the fifth house in astrology. It has to do with childlike joy. It has to do with fun and romance. And there's so many things that it's associated with, but I'm going to focus on the romance part this reading. Now, Venus is also in the sign of Cancer. So Venus has to do with love, has to do with relationships in this dreamy, poetic, beautiful, watery sign of Cancer. So let this be the summer of love for you. If you're already in a relationship, let it rekindle it. If you're looking for new love, may you find it. If you are content with yourself as it is, may you love yourself more. Okay, so let's jump into the reading. I'm using the sun card for each pile because we are just full on. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in Connecticut. So here is the sun card. And pile number 1 is this beautiful version from the Wizard's Tarot. Pile number 2 is the Sun from the Curious Creatures Tarot. And pile number 3 is from the Light Seers. Okay, so whatever pile jumped out to you first, go with that and let's get started. Pile number 1, this beautiful sun card from the Wizard's Tarot, one of my favorite decks. All right, so let's talk about love. Let's see what you need to know. Now remember, Mercury, the planet of communication, is really close to the sun right now. And they're both in the sign of Leo. So there's a lot that you might want to say. There's a lot from your heart that you might want to speak. If there's someone that you have feelings for, this might be a good time to speak up about that. And in a very romantic way with Venus and Cancer. Okay, let's see what we've got. Starting off, I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. I'm working with about 4 different decks here. Okay, from the Light Seers, we have the Queen of Wands. Now, she is one fun gal. She is a fire queen. She would be a Leo queen, Sagittarius, or Aries. And I just love her. I love this version of her. She is ready for some fun, some joy, some sunlight. Okay, so full speed ahead kind of energy. She's a world traveler. In the heart of the matter, you have the King of Cups. This is the Curious Creatures deck, so it has all sorts of animals in it. So you've got this lovely polar bear king. He's the King of Water, King of Emotion. So he could be a romantic, he could be a Cancer king or a Pisces king, right? He's showing up in the heart. So you got a queen and king match here already, indicating that there's some love matches here. So maybe there's some Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio in your life right now. You can take a look at them, see what your connection is with them. Supporting the heart of the matter, we have the Emperor. And this is from the Modern Witch, so I love that it's a woman in the power position. She's the boss and she's confident. So really power play here. She's wearing red. It feels so Leo-like, even though this card is really associated with Aries. She's confident. She would be able to speak up and say how she feels, right? Cards are really non-gender. Okay, I'm using the term she. But it could be any position of power. And with a woman there, it's like a little bit of like there's this feminine power that we male or female have. So kind of like in that watery depths of femininity, there's such power there. That's what I'm getting. Now for the foundation of your reading, I have the High Priestess. It's called the Wise Woman here in the Forest of Enchantment Tarot deck. Now she's doing some form of divination, right? So here you are listening to this reading right now, which is a form of divination. And it's indicating that there is definitely a relationship theme here because the High Priestess is card number 2. 2 is in relationship, right? So you're being bottomed with this 2. This wise woman, she is a watery, intuitive wise woman. She is ruled by the moon. She's associated with the sign Cancer. So she's going to trust feeling. She's going to move with feeling. So if she feels drawn to one place or to go somewhere else, if you're looking to meet someone, then you want to follow what your body signals. I don't know, I just felt like I should go over there. So there's a lot of fire here and a lot of water. It actually looks really dynamic. Behind the scenes is the 3 of Cups. Looks like a nice friend group there, looking at the stars in the background, more water. This is the Ace of Challenges. I'm not a fan of calling it challenges. This is traditionally called the Ace of Swords. So there's a new way of thinking coming in the background. So 3 of Cups and this Ace of Challenges in the background, and then moving into your future position, we have the 9 of Pentacles out there in the garden picking the harvest. 9 of Pentacles indicates that there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of things coming into its season, and this could be your love life also. Here's the Queen of Cups, Curious Creatures deck. I think she's a seal, and I love that the King of Cups was here also, right? So they're a pair here. So you may have been longing for companionship, longing for a match to you. And like I said, if you're already in a relationship, this could be friendship love also that you're looking for, but it looks like that it's coming into its season. It's coming into its time. And there's starting to be a new way of thinking. So you might be like separating out a little bit from certain friend groups and moving more into your power and moving more into the strength of the relationship with yourself. And then you start, all your choices get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? So I'm gonna roll some astro dice here. We're gonna look for signs that would be compatible for you right now. So let's look at it like that. As we roll this, we have the moon in Taurus in the 9th house. So we had a lot of water here. The moon's coming up. The moon rules the sign Cancer. We have the sign Taurus here and the 9th house, which is Sagittarius's house. Now, another way to look at this would be to follow your intuition. You know, I'm always pointing here when I'm talking about intuition, but sometimes it's pain. Sometimes it's dread. Sometimes it's just feeling. Sometimes it shows up in your dreams, right? So following those feelings towards what's of value, Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is a relationship sign. And the 9th house, Sagittarius, which is traveling, bigger picture. I almost said it before too, like almost going to like some spiritual classes or something. You may be able to meet someone, bigger picture of things. So I'm going to give you a few more cards. I just opened this Enchanted Love Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber. And I just flipped through the deck a little bit, but I loved that it's called the Enchanted Love Tarot. So I'm just going to pull a couple cards for you, see if there's anything specific that you need to know regarding love. Oh, interesting. You got the Emperor again, and it's called Power. And interesting that I can't tell if they're a couple in it, but this was also the Emperor. Okay. So now there's two in their power. And anything else here from the Enchanted Love Tarot? 5 of Wings, defeat. Okay, so you may have been feeling a little defeated. You might feel a little bit fragile. Some past stuff, maybe that you had to carry the burden of a relationship before. Maybe you had to be the one that was really in charge, so to speak. And maybe you're feeling a little defeated by that. And so like, let that come up and out. Okay. Venus in Cancer is like a prime time for poetry, right? So maybe you need to write down some of your feelings, get them up and out so that you can make room for this new loving energy. I've got 2 more that just came out. One is the Death card. Doesn't mean anybody's going to die. It means transformation and you're ready for it. And the other card is the Hanged Man, which is attitude. Okay, so this is the version of the Death card. And this is the version of the Hanged Man here. Now, attitude is everything, right? So we don't want to be stuck in the defeat, right? There's a time and a place for it. There's a time and a place to mourn the losses of what isn't. But now you want to make sure, you want to check your attitude and make sure that you're open to possibility, right? Sometimes we get pessimistic about love. You want to be open to the possibility that it is there for you, okay? Anything else? 7 of Roses, courage. Look how pretty. Okay, so this is a great time. Maybe you buy yourself some roses, okay? Or maybe you make an act towards someone else. Maybe you bring someone else flowers. Maybe it's time that you spoke up and said how you really feel. So happy summer of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Pile number 2, this beautiful sun card. What a great bathing suit. Here from the Curious Creatures deck. It's one of my new favorites by Chris Ann. She made the Muse and the Light Seers. So we have it in stock if you're looking for it. Okay, so I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. We're talking about the summer of love, okay? Now we know that the sun just moved into Leo on Friday evening, and the sun is about 8 degrees away from the planet Mercury, and it's gonna move closer. So the Mercury, the planet of communication, very close to the sun, how you show up in the world, right? Your soul. And so this may be a time to speak up if there's something that you haven't voiced to someone that you have feelings for. Venus is in the sign of Cancer, so it's very romantic, right? Okay, let's see what you need to know regarding love, all forms of love, for this Leo season, the summer of love. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, starting us off strong here. Sagittarius card, bigger picture, expansion. It also rules foreign travel, so I hope that you get to do some traveling. That would be wonderful. You have the Queen of Swords here. She's known to be related to big business. She's like an owl. And she has great wisdom, and she is a firm communicator, and she is the queen of boundaries, and she's coming up in your heart position. So maybe it's time that you make some good boundaries so that you have the freedom to be able to get up and go. She's also the queen of communication, so maybe there's something that you need to voice. Supporting the heart of the matter is the White Heart, and this is the Fool card here in this Forest of Enchantment deck. So supporting the heart, supporting the Queen of Swords, you have the Fool, the White Heart, this purity of this White Heart. And so I really do think that there's something that you need to voice, whether it be for new love, whether it be that you just need to tell someone how you feel, someone that you love, something about how you feel, in a very gentle, loving, kind, poetic, lovely way, nurturing, so that the good can come out of it for both of you. Now, the Fool's what the whole tarot deck is about, the Fool's journey. And so there's this almost like this leap of faith, moving forward, a fresh story, a new story. Your foundation card is the King of Swords, and this is really cool because pile number 1, I think it had the Queen and I think it was the Queen of Cups that both came up that were matching. And this is the pair to the Queen of Swords. We got the King of Swords, the owl and the eagle, I guess. So I like to see that when we're talking about love, that I see partners coming up here. The King of Swords would be like a Gemini king, Aquarius, or Libra. And the cards are really non-gender. The king pursues, the queen receives, that kind of thing. But sometimes with the court cards, I do see them as real, literal people in your life. So I'm seeing matches here. New story, bigger picture, expansion. It looks exciting. All right, behind the scenes, we have the 7 of Pentacles. It's kind of tending to growing something. The Ace of Pentacles, he's holding a ring. Called the Ace of Boons, but he's the Ace of Pentacles traditionally. And then in your future position, you've got another ace. Oh, this is the same card. This is Ace of Pentacles, and this Ace of Boons is Also Ace of Pentacles. Something new, but I love to think of aces as lucky. And the Two of Cups. 2, relationships. Got a lion up there like Leo, right? 2 of water, 2 of emotion, 2 of shared emotion. So I do think that this is a good time for you to speak up. Whether it be that there's someone that you just have to tell them that you love them, or whether there is a friendship that you just need to tell them how much you care about them, whether it's a relationship with yourself that you're just going to love yourself more and bring more compassion into the situation. But I see relationship pairing all over this. It's lovely to see. There's a real gentleness and a real beauty to this reading. Now I'm going to roll some dice, kind of looking for astrology signs that might be a theme right now, people in your life. And I've got Mercury and Libra in the 10th house. Okay, so first off, that tells me Mercury is a planet of communication. I said that I think there's something that you need to speak up. Libra is a sign of relationships. It's a Venus sign, right? Balance, justice, relationships. 10th house is Capricorn's house. It's your career. It could be your work. So maybe someone at work. There may be something with your job also that maybe you need to speak up about your own value. This can also indicate Libras, Capricorns, and Gemini or Virgos, okay, as a theme here for people that you may be wanting to speak up to. Okay, so I'm going to pull you a few more cards from this Enchanted Love Tarot. I just opened it. It's by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber. We have it in stock, and I've never used it before, and I thought, why not open it now? We're talking about love. Summer of love. What do you need to know regarding the idea of love? I've got the 9 of Shells, which is called fulfillment. So I'm hoping that one of your trips is to the beach. There's some great satisfaction there for you. Fulfillment. What else do we got? All right. Oh, 7 of Shells. More shells. I guess you're supposed to go to the ocean. Illusion. Okay, so not everybody who whispers poetry in our ear is really going to follow through, you know, maybe being the stable person that we want them to be. So we have to be aware of illusion also in this. But in the opposite, I think of illusion, well, in this instance, I think of it as just romantic and poetic and lovely. And you got another Shells series. 8 of Shells, sacrifice. So maybe you felt like you had to sacrifice yourself in relationships in the past and you're looking for more fulfillment than that, okay? So just be careful for illusion. So trust your gut feeling. Don't doubt it. When you feel, I don't know if I trust that. Something feels off. Please trust it. Let's not play that game of doubting it anymore. I know I'm so tired of doubting mine. Okay, we got 3 of Gems, and it says work, which is interesting because I was saying something about that it could be someone at work. And then I've got 4 of Gems, which is possessiveness. So please don't mistake possessiveness as love. I think that has more to do with control. Okay, so I wish you all the best in your relationships during this summer of love, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Pile number 3, this beautiful sun card from the Light Seers Tarot. Love it. I just have been loving these 3 decks by Chris Ann, the Light Seers, the Muse, and the Curious Creatures. They're so much fun. They've become such a staple for me. Okay, so I'm using the Curious Creatures and the Light Seers, the Modern Witch, and the Forest of Enchantment. Throw in another one at the end too. Okay, I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. They're all randomly picked. And let's see what you need to know as we move through Leo season. The sun moved into Leo on Friday the 22nd, and it's very close to the planet Mercury. So Mercury is about communication. So it feels very much like this might be a time to speak up when it regards to matters of the heart, okay? And this is a very romantic time with Venus in Cancer. So, and remember too, we're in a Saturn retrograde still. So all those things, those responsibilities, all that heaviness, all that old ways of thinking about things, this is time to reformat that. to be kinder, to be gentler to yourself. I've been advising people to take a look at their calendar for the week and see if they can remove something that makes them feel heavy, right? And lighten it up so we can feel more joy, because we are in control of our joy level, right? We can choose it. So let's see what you need to know. We're starting off with the Four of Pentacles. She's holding on to her wallet there. She's taking some deep breaths. She's pondering what's important, what's of value before she makes an investment. The heart of the matter is this lovely Knight of Wands. Love this version. I love that it's a woman. She is just living passionately, and this is showing in your heart position, okay? She would be like a Knight of Leo Knight, Fire Knight. Okay. Supporting your heart is Starlight, or traditionally called the Star. And this is from the Forest of Enchantment deck. It's so beautiful, just taking in nature. It almost feels like they're looking at fireflies, but I know they're looking at stars. But the idea of getting out in nature, just savoring this season. For us in New England, it's so short. And so we got to enjoy it while we can. So there's like a need to kind of like go back to the things that are like simply pleasing to you, right? Four of Pentacles, she's holding on to her money, but not all the joys that we want are through money. So she's playing a drum here. They're outside staring at the stars. Love, loving yourself. Here's a 10 of Spells, and these girls look like they've been partying all night. 10 of Wands. Well, it doesn't look like your summer's boring. Behind the scenes, we have the Four of Swords, another 4. She looks a little tired, probably because she was up all night. So that's behind the scenes, making sure that you're getting enough rest too. It's important. There's a 6 of Pentacles. There's a lot of gifts being given. In the background, maybe you've been going to a lot of parties. Maybe you've been hosting a lot of parties. So, there's a lot of energy in doing that. So you're making sure that you get the downtime too. And then that you're living big, living a life that you love. Okay, the Death card is coming in here. So there's a lot of change coming. Doesn't mean anything bad's gonna happen. It just means that there's some transformation happening, okay? And here's the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands, he's looking ahead. Where he wants to go, what he wants to do next, okay? So I see like, this period of like this party period, it's kind of coming to a close. The summer will come to an end. Things will move on, but you're changing, and what you want and where you want to go is changing. The things that please you are changing. Now, that was kind of more of a general reading, and I'm here to talk to you about the summer of love. So yes, it looks exciting. It looks like there's a lot going on. There's parties, there's friends, but is there romance? Let's see. Well, I got the Wheel of Fortune, and she's a tiger, and she is sitting on that wheel. Yeah, there's some snakes around, right? She's a Sagittarius card. There's a bigger picture. It looks like you're living like really large. So that to me feels like loving yourself, living large. Let's see what else. The Emperor. So you got 2 major arcanas. He's kind of inviting you in. So what I'm getting the impression on is like you are living like a big life yourself, and maybe you have a really great friend group, and there's like this power here, but I think it's going to switch where let me see, are you moving into a relationship? King of Wands, 3 of Cups, 5, 4 of Cups. Okay. I feel like a lot of power. I feel a lot of friend groups. I feel like something's changing about what brings you passion. There may be some friend groups that aren't working for you. There's some new energy coming in. There's some new friend groups coming in, and then there's the Cup of Satisfaction being handed to you. So it's almost like you're kind of over the party scene, over that friend group. There's this new cup being handed to you. So is that the Cup of Love? Oh, it's Ace of Cups. It came up. Cup of Satisfaction, and there's 2 swans swimming in it. So I was getting the impression that like it's almost like you're alone in the sense that maybe you're not in a relationship, or maybe you are in a relationship, but you do a lot of things alone. But I feel a lot of power from you, that you're really happy in that. You've got great people around you. It's really great. But you're going to be invited in. There's going to be an offer coming. There's some powerful new people coming into your life as you change, as what pleases you changes. So please make sure you're getting enough rest. Have fun with all the things you're having fun with, moving into this direction of something that's truly satisfying that's coming your way. Let me see how soon this is coming your way. Queen of Cups. 5 of Spells. And the Wheel of Fortune again. Okay, so I get the impression it is this summer. There might be a little bit of up and down at first, but then something's gonna stick, and it's almost like it caught your dreams. So keep envisioning what it is that you want, okay? How you want to feel in a relationship, okay? I'm gonna pull one more card. Is there anything else? Justice. And Justice is card number 11, which is also a 2 in numerology. So it does go back to relationships again, but a more balanced, the one where you choose, you're very clear about what you want, what works for you, what doesn't, okay? Now, I just opened this new deck, and it's called the Enchanted Love Tarot, and it's by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber, and I haven't worked with this deck before, but I opened it because it's called the Enchanted Love, and I wanted to talk to you about love. So let's see anything else that you need to know regarding love. I've got the Prince of Gems. Oh, I'm so excited about this because pile number 1 had a King and a Queen of Cups, a pair. Pile 2 had the King and Queen of Swords that were a pair. And now you've got the Prince of Gems and the Princess of Gems. Okay, so they're a pair. So the Prince of Gems says the builder, and the Princess of Gems says I don't even know what this word is. Ingenue? Like ingenuity? Okay, nonetheless, they're a pair. Okay, so let's see anything else that you need to know regarding love. I have the 9 of Gems, Independence. The 3 of Shells, Celebration. And the Queen of Gems, the Nurturer. Okay, so it looks like there's definitely a need for independence. It's interesting that I laid this card over the Wheel of Fortune. This is Sagittarius. Sagittarius loves to feel free. Okay, so it's going to be very important for you to feel that freedom. Here's the Celebration card. Beautiful. So maybe getting down to the ocean this season. And the Queen of Gems, which I think she would be the Queen of Pentacles, the Nurturer. So really choosing what's of value to you, what's important. And remember, we started off with this 4 of Pentacles. She's holding back. She's waiting till she knows it's important and of value to her. Okay, so I'm going to roll some dice. We're going to look for any signs that want to present itself when we talk about the theme of love for you. And we've got the North Node in Aries in the 5th house. So the North Node is about your soul's work, what you came here to do. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, fire sign. So there's something there with fire sign Aries, if you have some of those in your life. There's also rolled the 5th house, which is Leo, okay? It's a house of fun. It's a house of joy. We're talking about Leo season. It's a house of romance, okay? So there's something here. Another way to read this would be that you came here to recreate yourself, Aries. I am updating who you are, taking your power, starting things up, moving forward, maybe making the first move. 5th house. Okay, so there's a lot of joy and there's a lot of love, and maybe there's some Leos around you too. All right, so happy summer of love. Thanks for listening.